Hey, so if you're feeling stuck in your life right now, it's likely coming down to one of these three things. I see these patterns over and over with my clients. I see them with other the coaches I've worked with, seen it in my own life. It's a repeating pattern, people. Okay, so basically, you're feeling stuck. Like one of the big causes is because we've been more focused on doing what we should do than what's actually in our heart and what we actually want to do and what actually matters to us. Like, classic example of you go off and do like get good grades and do the good job, become a banker or a lawyer or whatever, because that's what your parents say, because that's what society says will make you happy. Hey, you'll be good, make good money and be safe and all that stuff. And then you do that and you reach the top and you're kind of like, what is this it? I just busted my ass for that? What the hell? So that becomes from that again. That's too much of like getting other people's thoughts from society, from our parents, stuff we pick up in childhood, into our brains and executing based on that versus looking inside, finding what really lights us up and following that. And then the second thing, let me check my notes because I forget things sometimes. Second things is just feeling stuck because we feel like we should be here, and what the heck, how are we only here? How are we've been doing all this work. How are we not more happy? How are we not more successful? How are we still having these kind of struggles with feeling unfulfilled, with having these same relationship problems, having the same kind of challenges come up over and over again in business? And so that expectation itself of feeling like I should be here and I'm here, and then glaring at that gap, that is also what just makes us feel stuck, especially when we compound it with, and I've done all these things, so how is this not better? And the third thing that keeps us stuck is, and I'll show you the solutions for this stuff in a moment. Third thing that keeps us stuck is just feeling like we know exactly what we got to do, but we're just not doing it. We don't have time. We feel like we don't have willpower. We're just whatever it is. It's like we know we should eat better and exercise more, but we're not. We know we got to send out these emails to build our business, but we're not. And it can even be a very simple thing. And we're not doing it, we don't understand why, then we beat ourselves up, and that beating ourselves up just leads us to feel worse, we're more disempowered, and then we just feel and become even more stuck. Now, there's ways through all that stuff. So first of all, the solutions are kind of simple. Simple, not easy. You switch from the shoulds and doing kind of what is expected of us and what we're told to do with really following, like tapping into what matters to you and learning to follow that. And that can take some time. That can take trial and error. You go off and I was just working with a client the other day and he was like, my heart is driving me in this direction. We're like, cool. Then he started a business in that direction and like got it for his first client. Then he's like, you know what? I don't want to do that stuff. Like I realized like I was just chasing easy money and my heart's actually here. And that's what it takes is sometimes you just gotta put stuff out there and then check in again, see how it feels, take a couple more steps, check in, see how it feels. That's when you can really make sure that what you're doing is aligned with like what's actually inspiring to you. And then the second piece is so just avoiding focusing on that gap of where we're not, and instead focusing more on where we are. Yes, have goals and stuff, but really learning to love the process and the next steps and the tools for enjoying where we are now and who we are now. That erases the whole not feeling good enough thing. It's more motivating. It's more inspiring. It builds your confidence, and then it becomes easier and more enjoyable to take those steps. Then all the outward success becomes more icing on the cake. You're already happy with your life, and and then like the outside forces start to it's getting a little too woo-woo. The outside forces start to move around, based on your change inside and the different actions that you're taking as a result of this different person you're becoming because you're learning to be more confident and happy with who you are, and focused on the process instead of end results. And the final piece, yeah, so knowing what you do. So a lot of times, we get these big breakthroughs, or like even if it's simple stuff, like, hey, we know we got to eat better and exercise more. Or we get these big breakthroughs, hey, we went to this business conference, and now we got all these ideas to run our business, and we know we need to do them, but we just like kick them down the road because, hey, we got all this other stuff to do. So yeah, for whatever the reason is, there's a thing you need to do, but you're not doing it. That's because while like it's learning kind of like the breakthroughs, not necessarily the hard thing. It's the implementation, right? It's really the putting that first effort in and getting the consistency built up. That's a whole skill in itself. Like that's just not that easy to learn a thing and then really apply it long term to our lives. And this is something I work with my clients in doing because it involves digging into our fears, our beliefs, a lot of like internal like resistance that we are not even aware of, like kind of removing that muck and then using some of the science of habit formation to break things down and make those new steps super simple and fun and easy and enjoyable. And then that builds off the second piece of making you enjoy the process more. So, and then all of these things together, when you're going from what is in your heart, what inspires you, what charges you up, as opposed to what everyone else is telling you need to do. When you're focused on the shit that's going great in your life, the things about you that are great, the process and enjoying the process and taking those next steps. And when you have everything broken down so that it's fun and easy to take those steps, and then you start getting little bits of results, and that gives you even more momentum, and you take more steps, then you're just off and running, and life gets pretty awesome. So this is the kind of things I work with my clients a lot on, whether it's to help them lose weight or start businesses or take time, like find a career or a business that's more fulfilling and get that off the ground, or be able to kind of step back from their business and have more work-life balance and enjoy time with family more. It's all kind of the similar processes. So yeah, and so if you're feeling stuck, these are 3 key areas to look at. And if you want help on how to kind of apply this stuff, shoot me an email. I'm at brian@mccarthymindsetcoaching.com, and you can help on my email list at mccarthymindsetcoaching.com/join. More videos like this, more case studies of how I've helped a bunch of clients do similar stuff. And if this was helpful, hit reply and let me know. Hit reply. This is a YouTube video. I don't know. Just hit me up or something. Okay, bye.